Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Monsters of the Mic, episode 14.
Hello, hello.
We come to you after what was it? Week 8 of
Yep,
the
yep.
NFL season. Um, I thought it was a very interesting week. I
Ugh.
know there was
Ugh.
some heated chatter in our group chat.
I had a crash
Uh,
out. It was worse. I think it was a worse crash out than it was the Vikings game. Straight up,
That
honestly.
that it felt pretty bad.
I was more pissed about this one than losing that comeback against the Vikings had against us. I panicked. I was just like, what the fuck? I granted, yes, I think you and I discussed this. They lost all their corners, right? The Ravens got healthy at the right time. Totally 100% agree, right? But like what I said, right? The big thing was you got to convert those field goals into touchdowns, and that's literally what lost us. But we'll get more into that. More than I broke down Caleb.
Let's
The better he played against a good defense. But
yeah,
yeah, I was not happy.
let's start with that. Let's start with Caleb. What'd you see? What
I think what you and I have decided. I think what I made last week too, in last reference episode, like just his indecisiveness. Like he missed a lot of open things. Yes, 285. You know, one pick, and yes, he tried to force it to Rome. You know what I mean? Like that make mistakes to learning. Like his second season, whatever. Like he's only had what 11, 12 picks in his entire career in 2 seasons. I can live with those, right?
yeah,
Mistakes.
yeah.
But it's just the same thing, man. It's just his indecisiveness or like those first reads. Like he just I almost like, dude, like they're there, right? Like that touch. I know it wouldn't. It could have mattered, right? But they would have got the onside. But like DJ was wide open on that for in that cut at the end of the game. Like if Caleb just put his foot down and drove it, that's a touchdown, right? But then he just overthrows him again.
I did have a note for that one just because I saw a different point of view because of the all 22 and I was seeing it a little bit on Twitter.
Hmm.
When you look at the film, DJ sits right behind Roquan and
Hmm.
the whole like where Caleb threw it was to the right and like there's open space there. So I don't know if that's like I don't know if that's on DJ or Caleb.
Hmm.
Like it's definitely miscommunication, but nonetheless, there's mistakes there that need to get fixed, right? Like
Right.
I I think that I actually that last drive was kind of like it kind of summarized the entire game, right? Like
Hmm.
they would get all the way down there and they just struggled in the red zone for some reason. Like
Right.
I I don't know what it is. Like, do we need a bigger target? Our receivers not separating. We didn't get movement on the line for sure.
True. And something that I'll argue, right, is like you have Loveland. Loveland's what 6'6". He's a big target, right? You got okay. I know Luther Burden got hurt, but he's also what 6'4". Like you have Rome's pretty good. Granted, Rome had a good game, 7 catches for 114 yards. I'm not gonna shit on Rome.
Yep.
They still had to make that catch on that sideline. I know it was a tough catch, but as the number one on a team, you got to make that catch. Caleb put right on the money. I'm sorry, like Rome,
I
like
had that note too. Yeah,
you got to catch that ball.
you got to catch
I
that.
think he has like 6 or 7 balls that he should have caught throughout the season so far, right? Granted, like they're not game changers or anything like that, but hey, like you got to help him out. You got to help him out. That
It's
doesn't help him
yeah,
out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I think you're right. I think something that I heard Ben Johnson saying. I think yeah, like I think he's right. Is like they continue to make the same mistakes even though they did it on that 4 game win streak. Like the penalties were horrendous. Granted, right? Some were absolutely horrible calls, right? Like that DeAndre Hopkins thing. I don't think Joan Tooney freaking moved on that false start, right? Like anyway, like I'm not once again. Refs have been horrendous across the league, as I stated on Monday night, right? Like it is just
yep. They've
across
been
the league.
brutal. Yeah, they've
Right,
been
brutal,
brutal.
brutal, brutal. Right, not just for the Bears, but everything. Right.
Yeah,
But he's right. Like they made mistakes, continuing to make mistakes again. Right. Like you can win games. Right. Like they got out of that the Commanders game. Right. They got out of that Raiders game. Right. Like they got some luck. It's okay. Sometimes you need luck in a 17, 18 game season. Right. Like that's okay.
hmm,
But they got to play a cleaner game. Right. And same thing. It goes into Caleb too. Like you make these false start, pre-start penalties, he's holding stuff like that, then he's putting more in a disadvantage,
yeah,
right? Like you got to keep it clean for him too, right? No false starts, no holdings, no unnecessary roughness bullshit. Like just play clean games, and that puts Caleb in more of an advantageous environment. But if he doesn't, it puts him back. Granted, like I said, the big thing was again, Pocket was getting bull rushed again, right? Benedict, I need Poles to make a move here, right? Either for a corner or for a tackle, right? Because they're getting blown up on that aspect, right? And it's really starting to frustrate me because Caleb, right? That won't let Caleb improve in the pocket, right? If he can't get a clean pocket, right? When he gets clean pockets, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But the scrambling again, right? So it's like, dude, you gotta make a decision. Just plant your foot, throw it right, go deep. Like it's okay to make mistakes. And I think he's feeling a little bit more comfortable with kind of trying to forcing some stuff and trying to make some throws, and like that's okay because he's like Ben Johnson's probably like, dude, just it's okay, right? If you make
Just try
mistakes,
it.
like
Yeah.
right, try it because I think Ben also said, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about this too, right? He said that he saw some positive improvements in Caleb's performance, right?
Yeah.
Even though like it wasn't the greatest performance.
I think really the biggest glaring mistake was just the forced throw to Rome when he got intercepted. Like Manungai was in the flat. You got to take that. Like, you have like 6 minutes left. Your defense is not playing well. Like,
Yeah,
don't force the occasion there. You don't have to do it. Uh,
right.
Other than that, like I said, the offense was moving. I think it was moving efficiently. We just weren't finishing drives with touchdowns.
Correct.
And
And I was telling Mikey, right, like the same thing. We were just talking about it, like we were watching the game together, and he's just like, dude, it's the same story every year. Like, we can't finish drives. I'm like, correct. I'm like, whether it was Nagy, whether it was Tressman, whether it was Eberflus, whether it's Ben Johnson right now, we're not finishing in the red zone. We're not, right? Once again, I'm ready to get into the kicker situation. I'm gonna Ben Johnson, start Moody. Start Moody.
yeah,
Right?
I
You
don't
start Moody, he makes that 58-yard field goal, in my opinion, at the half, right? Like, it is just that simple, right? Like, it's sad that the only two plus 55 yarders in Bears history was done by Robbie Gold. Absolutely fucking sad, right? In this type of game, right? But
yeah.
anywho, finish drives, finish drives, finish drives. I said this last week, right? Like, yes, granted, I said that if Huntley played, the Bears would have won, right? But they lost. But I told you no matter what both games was, it was they need to finish drives.
Yeah. I I thought another like glaring stat. Well, this was this was all kind of what this was the game where we found out what the team would look like if we don't get turnovers. Like, because that was the biggest key of the game that I think and I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks because I do not believe we're a good defense at all. I think we're closer to Dallas than we are like, even middle of the pack. But
I would have to disagree, right? Because when they're healthy, look what Kyler Gordon went on, right? Like, yes, granted, they played, but they stuffed the Cowboys, right? And that Cowboys game is looking better and better and better and better every week, right? Because the numbers they put up, right? But I agree with you, right?
there
Is,
were
is it solid
turnovers in
100%?
that game
No.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think so, but I think when Kyler Gordon's there, right? When you have all the pieces, it is the middle of the pack defense. But I think I agree with you right now in this current state, it is 20, 21, maybe
It,
maybe less than that. Like it's
it's
pretty
bottom third.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bottom third of the league. Yeah. I like that's the only reason why I think, like that that's why we got blown. I wouldn't say blown out. I think the game was closer than we thought. Part of that is because we're playing Tyler Huntley and not Lamar Jackson. Because if Lamar
Right.
plays, that game is over in like the second quarter.
Correct.
Um, but it's finishing, like we said, it's finishing drives. I think DJ needs to be more involved because when he did have the ball in his hands, like he was making defenders miss. He was
Yeah.
getting big chunks. Even that last play of the game, he should have ran out of bounds. But I get it, you're trying to score. Like
Sure.
I just the
Fair.
yeah, with DJ, I always feel like it's always some of the IQ stuff with him, like knowing the situation, you know, being in the right spots. Like I
Sure.
I don't ever feel like he's ever in the right spot or like knowing his role. And I feel like whenever they get him the ball, like it feels forced, like Like they're just doing it just to get him touches, and they're typically
Right.
like screens and stuff like that. Like,
Correct. Correct. Yeah, and like they try to rush it and get cute. It's like, listen, like let's let the man is given the ball. He's one of the best, yak guys in the league, right? Yards after the catch. He's one of the best in the league. Like he likes contact. He goes for it. Like
yeah,
he's a Debo-esque type of player, right? But like
yeah,
same thing with Debo, right? Like if you look what they're doing in Washington, he barely lines up in the backfield anymore. It's screens, right? Very quick screens, bubble screens, and let him just go out in that space and do what he has to do. I think they're starting to use him more there. Something that I want to touch on in the office, and I think you brought up. I think that offensive line really missed Cole Kmet
I think so.
in the run game,
In the
right?
run
Like
game,
that,
yeah,
like it just proves to you, right? Like, oh, why did we draft Loveland? It's Komet is what he is. He'll get you those one or two plays where he'll get you like a big chunk play here and there, right? A big body to throw in the end zone, but like he is a blocking tight end and a very damn good one,
he's a valuable blocking tight end. Yeah, that you
right?
could
And
scheme open at times. Yeah,
and Loveland's not bad, right? But he's a rookie. He got to get better. He has to learn, right? You got to develop that craft. He missed, the first, 5 or 6 games, right? Like it's okay. Like he's got, he got 3 receptions, for like I think 24 yards or something like that. 30, no, sorry, think it was 38 yards, right? So like decent like productivity from him as it's coming up, but like that run game suffered a little bit, right? Like they
yep.
had 40, they had 100 something yards, I think total of thing, but like Caleb 24, Nungai 24, right? Jandre 45, but like it wasn't those explosive plays that they have, and I think Komet really seals off those ends, and I think we really missed him too for also for play action too.
Yep. Yeah. He I yeah. I get, Loveland's a rookie, but like I guess it is kind of disappointing just seeing how Tyler Warren is doing, Aronde Gadsden, like
Mm-hmm.
Harold Fannin, like Harold Fannon's on the Browns and you could obviously see him making plays and he doesn't even have
Right,
a that great of a QB. Like there's all
right.
these tight ends, day three tight ends that are like popping off,
And
and
and,
like
I- and, I- and, I- and I'll argue with that, right? Like, Heron and guys in Miami, right? Like they weren't like, highly rated, like, but you knew Warren once again was the best
he was the
rated tight
best,
end,
yeah,
right? In the
best
league. And
available.
maybe, right, it was they're thinking of like, well, we want more of an explosive down the field, big body type guy because we have Komet that blocks. But dude, like sometimes when those slam dunks are there, you gotta take those slam dunks, right? Like that was a slam dunk, right? Granted, like you can argue like, oh, they should have taken, Carter over, over Wright, but like I'm okay with Wright. Like Wright's good. He's gonna continue to be better. Like he's a solid, reliable tackle. But with like Warren, you're right. Like imagine if we had Warren. But once again, I can't shit on Loveland because it's an offense they're integrating and he missed some time, right? Like, but you knew that he had injury issues coming out of Michigan too. So, but it's been frustrating, right? A little bit on the offensive end, and it's just like once again, I'm not trying to overreact, right? Overreact Monday, right? Like, I mean? I'm not trying to overreact,
Yeah.
but yeah, like this team, this game, right? And I think also too, which I also said too, I think I believe in last episode was like Ben Johnson would have to go John toe to toe with Harbaugh, and Harbaugh outcoached him.
He
Like
outcoached him. Yeah.
I mean, and two
It's
losses, right, against O'Donnell and Harbaugh is being outcoached by two really good coaches. Like once again, Ben's first year. This is okay. Growing pains for him too, right? It's not just going to be
mm,
on Caleb and the offense and Allen on the defense, right? Like it's on Ben Johnson as well, right? So like it's like you came off and had a really good defensive win against the Saints off a bye week, but it's like, hey, like the Ravens aren't the Saints.
right. And and don't forget the Ravens were in a desperate spot as they were getting healthy. So and they were coming off a bye. I think their
True.
record is like 13-3 off a bye. Like we were gonna get their best shot, right? They got Roquan back.
Agreed.
Kyle Hamilton was making some insane plays. Um,
Even though I think he should have been flagged on the Zacchaeus tackle because it was a helmet to helmet,
it
and
was helmet to helmet,
Kyler Gordon got a here's a touch on Rattler. So like I just want to NFL get it right, please. Um,
of course.
but yeah, I think you're 100% right. You know what I mean? I think it's it, it felt like a trap game in my opinion. It was a trap
It was
game,
a trap game. Yeah.
right?
I I don't know about you. I didn't like the way that they handled the injury report, like that was so misleading,
Oh, they're gonna get
and
fined hard. They're gonna get
I
fined hard
hope
because I think the
so.
NFL really like cracks down on that stuff. I believe, and I think they're
Yeah,
gonna like really crack down. Like apparently there is. I was reading on it. I have Lamar in my fantasy team, right?
yeah.
And they were saying that due to that stuff and everything, like there's a pretty good chance they're gonna get hit pretty hard. And Harbaugh's like, oh, it was an accident. It's like, come on, man.
That
You knew he was
you
gonna
know,
play.
yeah,
Get out of here.
you knew he was gonna play. Like you, it was full participation, and the next day they changed it to full participation as a what is it called?
Practice squad.
As the practice squad. Like really? Come on, man, don't do that. Like
Yeah. Uh,
I get it's a
irritating.
I get it's a competitive advantage, but like yeah, like there's got to be a heavy fine for that. Like
I,
that's
I believe so. I think it will. But yeah, like that was super irritating. But once again, like if Lamar played, they still would have lost. I, I think you know what I mean. Which like the deep. Going back to the defense, right? I think Sweat has been playing very well this season. He had another sack. You know what I mean? A lot of pressures. I think Sweat did well.
yeah.
Granted, it was Huntley. You know what I mean? But like 4 tackles. I know Kevin Byard dropped that pick, but I sat there. I'm like, you know what? He's been like literally the linchpin of this defense. You
He's
can
been
have
lights
it.
out.
You
Yeah.
can have a mistake here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But once again, that pressure, they only had 2 sacks. Javon Dexter, right? But Javon Dexter, has been playing really, really well. He's been playing really, really well. That Poles pick is slowly kind of starting to flourish on that one, right? He has a couple, like I think 4 or 5 sacks this season, doing pretty well, like pressured up the middle, which is nice. But 2 sacks, man, like you got to get more than that. You got to get more than that. You know what I mean?
I
Like
I thought getting Grady Jarrett back kind of made a little bit of a difference.
fair,
Um,
fair,
I just, that the D line still leaves a lot to be desired. Like that's where I feel like our struggles really, really come from.
right.
Um, I mean, we couldn't stop Derrick Henry. We couldn't really stop the run at all
Which is
on Sunday.
frustrating because Derek has struggled all season, right? And he gets, and I mean, granted, right? Like it was still 21 touches for 71 yards, which is 3.4 yards a carry. So like it wasn't like he was
It's not.
moving. It wasn't like he was moving the damn like the line, right? But like, dude, like
They were just efficient, when he
yes,
needed to be.
yes,
Like
yes.
third, yeah, second, third down, like he'd get them to like third and one, third and two.
Which
Like
is
they
why
weren't in.
which is why I think they miss Kyler Gordon because he stuffs the box.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like overall, like Huntley didn't really distribute the ball. Like he targeted Zay Flowers. Zay went for 7 for 63, but like, Roquan was out there making plays. I think Roquan wanted to win this game, right? I mean, obviously, right with everything. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
with the trade and all that.
Right.
Yeah,
Play a little bit with, you know what I mean. But you're right. Like that defense got healthy when it needed to. Was making crazy plays.
yeah.
Made it really hard for Caleb. You know what I mean? Like they were efficient the first 2 drives. You know, those 6 points have to be touchdowns, right?
When
14
down
points.
the field, yeah, yeah, they got
You
to
know what
be
I mean?
touchdowns. Yeah,
Right? Because that goes from what 6 points to 14, 8 points, 24 to 30
yeah.
instead of right. It's like you're in striking distance in that last drive to actually win the game, and it changes the play calls, for example, right? So like it changes
Hmm.
the complexion of the game. But I think overall, like I said, like I know I crashed out, right? Like it was just really frustrating. So I'm like, this is one of the rough losses in a while, in my opinion. And we have not been good, right, the last couple seasons, right? Like I know our last winning season was 2018, right? But like we've not been really good per se. Um, but like that just felt like a really bad damn loss, honestly.
It. I think we might be putting too much of a microscope on it. Um, I think us losing all of we literally lost. We were playing with our fourth, third string DBs as
Right.
our ones and going against Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, like,
Mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm.
course they were gonna get cooked. But I think that had more to do with, you know, the outcome of the game versus versus really anything. And I thought like we came out strong, but it was almost as if like we started kind of getting flat, like our aggressiveness wasn't as there anymore. They were it seemed like they wanted this win a little more than we did, which is I mean valid, right? They're what, five? Like,
Yeah, they were 1-5, right? Now, right, they're in a better position to kind of rattle off wins, right? They got a Monday night game against Miami. Lamar is
yeah,
actually playing that game, right? And he's from Miami, so you know he's gonna go. How limited he's still gonna be with that sore hamstring, right? We'll think, we'll see. Like I know Miami had that crazy win last week, but like once again, the Ravens are a better team. I think they just had a really rough start with injuries and Lamar going down, right? Like,
yeah,
so I think they're gonna be fine. Like they're one of those teams. I think same thing with with the Bengals, which is our next opponent, obviously, right? You know what I mean? Like they're 3-5. Joe Flacco's holding off the ship, right? I think that they got a decent win, right? Like and going back to right, kind of segueing into kind of our next week, right? For example, like
yeah.
I'm terrified what Chase and Higgins are going to do to that secondary. I am having nightmares of what's going to happen because I'm like, you got beat by Zay Flowers, Rashard Bateman, Mark Andrews. You got to go against arguably the best 1 and 2 in the damn league.
Yeah, yeah. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
And Flacco, right, is an ass. Like you can see there. If you give
He,
him time, he will launch that cookie
he's gonna
down the
spam.
damn field.
He will spam Jamar Chase. Like he's
Yes,
going to keep throwing it to him.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, like, yeah, I could definitely see that being an issue.
If
Uh,
that means right, you got to bring the safety and double chase and let Higgins 1-on-1 do that. Right, put Nash in right, put right over on Higgins, and then just double chase the entire game. Literally, just do that, right?
I
Because
can live with that. Yeah. If you let Higgins beat you, I am totally okay with that. You cannot let Jamar Chase go for 50 points, man. Like,
you
sorry, I
can't.
was talking in fantasy, but like, you get what I mean? Like, you can't just let him run wild,
No,
because he will single-handedly beat you.
correct, correct. I think this one is not necessarily a trap game because it's. I mean, Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco. That man is a Super Bowl winning championship right quarterback, which arguably, right, I always talk about like had probably one of the best quarterback playoff runs to win a championship, right?
Yeah,
In the league's history, but like I'm not confident like I was before, right? After that Ravens game. I think they'll bounce back. I think they will. The Bengals defense is more sus than the Ravens. I think it's another kind of soft defense, right? To kind of
I
work
agree.
on what we
Yeah.
need to do. But it's like, is it gonna be a shootout, right? The over under is 52.5. I think it's gonna be over 52 points. Like
Oh wow. Yeah.
I think it really is, right? The Bengals got plus 2.5. You know what I mean? Which is crazy because they're home, and I'm just like, you know what I
I
mean?
I actually I'm kind of like playing through it in my head, and um they don't have the greatest O line, so we might have an advantage there.
True.
Um we our DBs, yeah, I mean they're bad, but I guess if we can scheme up some pressure, get to Flacco you know, before he can burn us, then that's probably our best way of beating him. And like time of possession is going to be key, man. Like
Yeah.
if we can really run the ball and limit their possessions and, keep the defense fresh, like
Right.
don't give them extra possessions. Like I think we'll be fine. Um, we just need to keep their offense at bay.
Right, right. Keep it up. And I think Tyreek is actually questionable, so it'd be nice to get him back. Because at least, right, if he's back, he most likely will cover Chase. Right, like that's just a fact, right? And then you put Wright over on Higgins, and you make it a little bit more comfortable, right?
Feels a little better. Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? The Bears are 0-5 straight up in the last like 5 games against AFC North opponents, which is kind of horrendous.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? It's tough. But and they're 3-6 kind of against I guess with the spread the Bengals, right? So like it's there, but like I feel like it's gonna be not necessarily a trap game, but like Caleb once again, like, hey, it's like, dude, okay, you got beat by a good defense, right? And yes, I know everyone's like, we're talking about a good defense. The Ravens, when they're healthy and they're healthy on the defense side, they
They're a
are a
top
good
10
defense.
defense. Yeah,
Like don't kid us, right? Like they have the weapons. Like stop it, you know what I mean? But other than their D line, right? Henderson, even plays right. If Henderson
I don't
even
even know if
plays right,
I don't think he's healthy.
you know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
Caleb, this is a game where Caleb needs to go for 300 yards. Like you
That
need to,
defense
man.
Yeah, that defense can get got. I mean, Aaron threw for what, 300 plus against them, like,
Right.
and yeah, I this is one of those. This is very similar to playing Dallas's defense. Um, I think that's the kind of game I would expect from Caleb, just
Mm,
playing against, the Bengals, because these are all. I bet you a lot of those guys are probably like threes, maybe twos on other teams, right? Like they don't have a ton of impact starters on their defense. So, um, yeah,
hmm
we we got to get DJ involved too, man. I know I said it earlier, but like I feel like he can have a really big game against the Bengals in this one.
Agreed. 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 I think he needs to get involved. I think defense got to keep him in check, right? And it's like get your playmakers involved, man. Like that's what it is. I know we got injuries and stuff like that, but don't make it easy. I think right. I know, right? I'm just being optimistic right after my crash out, but I think the Bears bounce back on this one. I do think they can come out with a win with this one. I think coming back home, I think they play the Giants next week, I
Yeah,
believe.
they play the Giants
Right,
after that.
right.
Yeah.
Which man, that Scatterboo injury is absolutely horrendous. That kid was balling. That sucks that it
That
happened.
that was tough.
That was
I
tough. And a hip jock tackle too, right? Like the league, I thought the league was supposed to be calling shit on that one, bro. Like that. Come on, man. Like
There's
that's
been so much inconsistency with the refs this year. Like it feels worse than last year, man.
absolutely. And last year was horrendous, man.
Yeah.
Like
Last year was
it's.
bad.
I listen. The NFL better get their shit together because that feds are gonna come from them, especially after what's going on in the NBA, man. I swear to God. Uh, but anywho, I think the Bears win this game. I think they win by 3. I think it's a field goal game. I think it's like a 31-27 type of game. Well, I know it's 4 points, but like a 31-28, 31-27 type of game. I think, both teams move the ball. It's going to be kind of ugly on the defensive end. But yeah, I think the Bears come victorious on this one. I mean, go 5-3 coming home against the Giants. But
I
I feel like they need this. I need this one. I know it's like because in 3 to 4 weeks you go in the gauntlet of your schedule and you need to collect these wins that are winnable games.
I agree. I think they bounce back. Um, they go to 5-3. I think it's 27-24. I
Mm,
I do think it is a field goal game. Um, just because I don't know how much we can keep that offense at bay. Like they're
sure.
obviously gonna score, but the magic number, I've been saying this all season. You got to get 25 points or more. Like that's what they have to shoot for. I think
hmm
Caleb bounces back. Like I we're we're hopeful on this side.
Oh yeah, we are. I agree. I agree. I think they get dubbed this week. And speaking of other games this week, right? Thursday night we got the Ravens and Dolphins. Um, I think Lamar goes crazy back in Miami. It's his first game back. He loves to play in front of his. He's from Miami, around that area, right? Like, so I think he goes crazy. I think if the Ravens defense is healthy, continuing right, and they have those guys playing, Tua's not gonna have a 4 touchdown game. He's not. Like that's just a fact. Um, so I think the Ravens win that one. Like 34 to like 20, like a good kind of like decent game. And the score's gonna look only 2 touchdowns, but it's gonna look a lot worse than it is.
Yeah. I agree. I think Ravens take this. Lamar is back. I'm pretty sure he's fine.
I
He's
think
he's gonna be perfectly healthy.
yeah,
And they're 2-5. This is a much needed win.
right.
So I expect them to probably blow the doors off the Dolphins, especially with that defense playing as well as they did on Sunday. Like
Absolutely.
I don't expect that to change.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's your lock this week?
Um, so my lock is the Chargers over the Titans.
Fair.
Um,
Fair.
yeah, Cam Ward just doesn't look too good. Chargers look really good. Aronde Gadsden, Lad McConkey's back to playing, you know, really, really good ball. Kamani Vidal, like, oh,
hmm
and they got Joe Alt back. Like, yeah, they're they're easily gonna beat the Titans, I think. What about yours?
I think my lock, honestly, is the Lions over the Vikings.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Coming up,
well.
coming off a bye week. Uh, JJ's gonna come rude awakening against that Lions defense. Dan Campbell's having those boys roll. I think I know the Colts are 7-1, but I still think Detroit is said team to beat this year. I still stand by that. They're still number one in my power rankings.
What's
You know what I
Detroit's
mean?
record at home? Like it's
I
got to
I
be
I I don't
undefeated.
I don't even know, man. They play that home field advantage is absolutely insane, right? Like it's crazy. But I think the Lions kick the door handles out of the Vikings because that Vikings defense is not playing well either.
No.
And they got a bunch of players, right? But I think that is my upset. The Texans beat the Broncos this week. That is my upset of the week.
Wow.
Woo! I
That's
think
I
Stroud's finding his rhythm with his boys. Nico Collins is going to come back, right?
yeah.
Sutton the second is out for 4 to 6 weeks with an injury. I think those boys feast on Denver. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be in the 30s. I think it's gonna be an awesome ass game. I wish it got kind of bumped down a little bit to like a 325 game, but I think it's gonna be a shootout. But yeah, Texans upset the Broncos.
That would be awesome. The Texans did
Mhm.
look really good against the Niners.
They
Um
did, and I don't want to hear people say, "Oh, it's the Niners backups." The Niners backups are 5-2. Enough,
yeah.
enough. That team is good with his backups too.
Yeah. They locked up um I mean they locked up the Falcons like literally the week before. And CJ and the offense haven't been playing as well as of
Right,
late.
right.
Um kind of sad that Nico couldn't play that game, but that's okay. Um for my upset, wow, I actually took the Broncos over the Texans for that one.
Really? Is it really an upset though? The Broncos are 5-2 and the Texans are 3-4.
I think the Broncos aren't favored in that game.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, they're like plus 150 something. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I took the Broncos because I think Bo Nix has been playing well, right? Like Troy Franklin's kind of popping off right now. Um that offense is just pretty explosive. This was before I realized Patrick Surtain was hurt and out for a couple of weeks. So I'm kind of
Yeah,
regretting
yeah.
this.
The injury, I think the injury report was last night or this morning. Yeah, he's out. I don't know specifically what his injury is, but yeah, he's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, so that kind of changes this a little bit. It's
Which would
definitely
make
gonna
sense. Which would make sense why they're underdogs.
yeah, yeah. Now I get it. Um I I could definitely see the Broncos, going in there beating them. Um but the Texans do have a really good defense. So,
They do.
yeah. I'm not too
Yeah.
confident in this pick now that I'm talking through it. Like I might have just talked myself out, but
Hilarious.
we're
Yeah,
gonna we're
yeah.
gonna ride with it.
Right, right. And
What
then power rankings. I totally honestly forgot my power rankings last week. I totally forgot what they were. But like I said, I have Detroit at one. I think yes, they had a bye week, right? I still think they're one. The Indianapolis Colts fine have finally put them to 2-5. You're 7-1.
Woo! Let's
You're playing
go.
well, both sides. Jonathan Taylor, I don't give a flipping F, is MVP right now. I know it's
MVP,
I,
baby.
I know it's a QB given right award, but dude, he's having a better season than that Saquon season where he had like 15 touchdowns, right? Like
Yep.
he's having an outstanding year. And if he's on pace for 26 touchdowns, man. Like if he hits that 26 touchdown mark, like I feel like he's the MVP. So fine, the Colts get my two spot. I think I hate saying this, but Kansas City Chiefs are at three. Dude, that
Yep.
defense has to look outstanding. Granted, they played Mariota and they played the Raiders, right? But like you go through that Raiders game, they only played 30 defensive plays. 30, bro. 30. Like that's insane. Like,
That's insane. That's like a
ah,
quarter. Yeah.
right, right. So like I feel like I think I have the Packers at four. Like, okay, they're winning games, they're playing well. Like I can't get mad at them.
Yeah.
Eagles at five, which is I think we'll round it out my top five. And then the last change I believe is I have Buffalo back in the top 10 and then Denver at 10.
Okay. Oh wow, you actually put Buffalo back in.
Uh,
Uh
I mean, I mean, I know they blew up a Panthers team
Carolina. Yeah.
without Bryce Young. With Bryce Young, they've been playing well, right?
Hmm.
But that was the game that, in my opinion, is like off the bye, get Allen right, and I think they're gonna start taking off from there.
Yeah, that was like a get right game for the Bills. Um, I have the same thing. I have the Lions at 1 because I think, even with the bye week, like I still think that they are the best team, and when they're at home, like they just seem to just turn it up to a
Right,
different level.
right,
Um, Colts I put at 2 because JT, Danny Dots,
right.
they are playing insane. That offense is crazy, man. Like I don't know if you saw the picture on Twitter, but like the lanes that Jonathan Taylor is getting,
Oh,
like
the
there is
offensive line is absolutely playing insane. Like you can put a bus through that damn offensive line.
I was like, dude, like what is this is I could have
Mm,
ran through that and got
right,
like 15,
right,
20 yards. Like
right.
that's
Like it's insane.
yeah, that's insane. Chiefs at 3. Um the Rashi coming back, it made a huge difference. Travis looks like himself. I hate Pacheco. Get a new running back. Uh, but
You're
that
funny.
that offense is still efficient. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna be in contention. Um, so you can't count them out.
No. Mm-mm.
5. I still have the Seahawks because I still believe in Sam Darnold.
Sure.
Um, Green Bay at 6. I thought Jordan Love put on a clinic Sunday night, right? Again, they have a ton of weapons. I think that is like the Tucker Craft show though. Like I think he's
Oh,
their true
absolutely.
number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
Everybody else is kind of filler. Like the offense runs through Jacobs and Tucker, really.
Tucker's a baller, dude. I know I hate that he's a Packer, but like that kid can ball. That he's
Y-
a
Dude, the catch that he made when Love just like threw it up to
oh,
him.
then he like grabbed the guy and the guy on him and just went to another 20 yards.
Yeah, I was like, dude, like this guy is playing on a whole other level. It
It's a grow
reminded me of like Kittle when he first blew up.
it's grown man shit right there. That's a grown man
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, Packers at 6, Eagles 7, I think. Honestly, they look better with AJ out. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like Saquon was running crazy. Smitty was making big plays as
It's that
usual.
diva effect, and you gotta force him. And granted, right, AJ's a great player, but it's like, bro, like you are in a very, very talented team. Like you are in such a good team. Like you're gonna be more efficient and continue to win. And I know you want to make right like your stats and be, but like shut up, like just shut up, bro. Like you'll get your games, like you'll have your good games, like bro, like
Let Let me ask you, do you think it makes sense to trade AJ Brown and, you know, get some assets for him because he's a little older, but I mean you
no, no, because he is your deep ball threat. I know
you have
Smithy could. I know Smithy could go down the field. I get it, but AJ's 6'4", huge.
he's huge, but like
You would
I
need
feel
to go get another big. You need to get another big threat wide receiver. That's what you would have to go.
yeah, I feel like I would do it.
Send his ass to LA for Quentin Johnson.
That would be actually that would work. That would I think that would work. You'd get an explosive receiver, and I mean you got Smitty for like
But I don't think Harbaugh's gonna want to deal with that crap.
no, he won't.
Harbaugh's gonna be like, "You shut the hell
Yeah. I
up."
think AJ would want to go somewhere else either way, where they really use him,
Yeah,
like the Patriots.
honestly, that or Miami.
Oh wow, Miami would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Um. So after the Eagles, I had the Patriots
mm,
actually.
fair.
Drake May looks like a baller, man. He and I get
Mm.
they haven't been playing like the greatest teams, but that Browns
But
defense is no joke. Miles Garrett was running
right,
crazy.
right. But that's the thing, though. You got to beat up on the bad teams if you're a good team. And granted, right, I know the Bears are going through their own transition, but hey, Drake May also has a new coach. Granted, Mike Vrabel is Mike Vrabel, and he took Ryan Tannehill to the AFC Conference Championship.
Hmm.
Let's give respect to a great coach.
He's a great
He's a
coach,
great
man.
coach. You
He's
know
a
what I
great
mean?
coach. Yeah.
But like, yeah, Drake's balling out. Like he is balling out. The kid's great. You can't hate him.
Right. Imagine what he could do when he gets a receiver, man. He's doing this with Kayshawn Booty. Like
Hey, Sean.
that is crazy. It is so crazy. Um, Broncos at 9, Rams at 10.
Okay,
So
yeah, that's pretty much. I think everybody. I think we have the similar teams in that, like as different orders. But
yeah,
yeah, it's just very. I don't know. Like the season has gone very interesting. But it's just the is it this week or next week? No, I think it is this week, right? Is this week 9?
this
Yeah, it is
is
week 9,
this
right?
is week 9. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
the
in week 9.
Chiefs and Bills play. I think right this week.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
gonna be a big game. I think
Allen, please give me this win, Allen. Please, please,
I
please,
feel like
please.
Chiefs come out on top on this one.
As they always do, right?
Yeah,
As they
yeah.
always.
It just feels like
It's all
I
right.
yeah.
I
I
want
don't
the. Go ahead.
no, I just don't think the Bills can, keep up with that offense. That's
Right.
why. Yeah.
Funny side note I want to put on there. Like, I know I want the Bears to win really badly, but if I want the Bengals to kind of keep going and then Joe Burrow come back in December, then win the Super Bowl, I really want that because I did said Rams and Bengals, and the dream is alive still, sir. It is
That is
alive.
crazy. That is crazy. They gotta
If Joe
win.
Flacco can do that and it gets to like 6 and
If
7, and let Joe Burrow come back and win out, oh, bro, the dream is alive.
if he stables the ship and they actually make a run, that would be so freaking insane,
Oh,
dude.
so what happens if it's like a freaking Nick Foles type of season where Joe Flacco just plays the entire season and he
Play
wins?
the hot hand. Yeah, that would
I
be
would lose my
insane.
shit, bro. I would lose it.
What if he goes on a run and beats all the best quarterbacks? He
So
beats
what happens if
Herbert,
he beats
Allen.
Lamar? No, Lamar, Allen, and Mahomes,
That would be
and then
insane,
beats
dude.
Hurts in the championship.
That would be crazy.
I would
Like
lose it. I would walk away from football. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
that's a Brady type of run. Or actually,
Oh,
that's a Flacco. That is a
that's a
Flacco
Flacco type of
type
run.
of run. That's crazy.
Dude,
Wow.
that's crazy. But yeah. All right. Well, that was it for episode 14. Thanks for joining, and we will see y'all next year. I mean, next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Deuces.